Hola amigos y amigas, I am Leila, also known as Ms. Bohemia, and a few weeks ago, I performed a hack that turned my Xtava Black Orchid diffuser into a magnetic diffuser that you can attach to a Dyson. You can watch that video here. As has been my predisposed bias for like a long time, coming from the mentality of someone who always used non-Dyson blow dryers like most of the world does, I thought that bigger is better. And even in that video, you hear so much bias where I talk as though it's common knowledge globally that bigger is better and that the Black Orchid Xtava diffuser was going to be way better than the Dyson diffuser. So is that the verdict? Is that how I feel now that I've tried both and compared them to each other, how it feels on my hair, etc.? Is that the case? Is there a clear-cut winner if I have to say, should you do this hack? Should you use the Xtava Black Orchid diffuser with the Dyson blow dryer, or should you stick to the Dyson diffuser head that comes with your Dyson and all is well, and you don't have to go through that glue nightmare that I went through gluing my fingers together to make this happen? What is the verdict? I'm just gonna tell you straight up, and if you are curious to know why, then you can continue to watching the video. The Dyson diffuser head wins, and I was shocked. And so today we're doing a comparison between the Xtava Black Orchid diffuser and the Dyson diffuser. I made it a point when I bought the Dyson to not really study it too much, although it was easier said than done because I had watched a lot of videos where influencers and just regular YouTube video makers like me had tried it and they were raving about it. I was still skeptical. I didn't want to jump on the Dyson bandwagon. I didn't want to love the Dyson because it was expensive, and also mainly because I thought I would hate the size of this diffuser head because I had gotten used to this. In the conventional blow dryer world, this worked better for me. This got to a larger portion of my head. This gave me better heat distribution as well as better heat concentration compared to the other diffusers out there. So when I tried the Dyson, I was surprised that I didn't hate this little diffuser. But I was still convinced that someday when I finally got around to doing this hack and attaching this diffuser to the Dyson, that I would love this way more. Somehow I've known organically to be very careful with this diffuser head, however, because this one, if I got it wet or whatnot, I didn't mind because it's hollow. I can see through it. I'm like, well, there's nothing in there, so it should be okay. It should dry okay. I can't really fully see through this one. There's more weight to it. I mean, it just feels like there's something in there. When you look at it through here, you can see some mesh. I didn't really analyze it deeply because I wanted to make sure that when this day finally came, I could be as unbiased as possible, not know too much about the innards of the diffuser, just so that I could really go by what I was organically experiencing. And going by that, the Dyson still wins. Hands down, this little thing is more powerful and works miracles on my curls. And this former love of mine, I want to break up with permanently and never see her again. That extreme, and I am really seriously shocked. I didn't see this coming. So why? The moment I tested this, I was disappointed, and I really tried to work hard and say, no, it's all in my head. Let's try this, let's try that. But basically, when I use the Dyson diffuser, I like to diffuse with the diffuser coming close to my head for the most part, and then I'm upside down to get volume, etc. And so I go with the low speed setting and the low heat setting. Works well for me. I know there are others that go with a high speed setting, a low heat setting. I don't like that. The gentlest setting is still so powerful and pretty hot. Not damaging hot, but it's pretty hot. So I know how to work with it. I've gotten used to it. It works really well for me. I feel that this diffuser gives such an even distribution of heat. I've had no complaints. I thought that my complaint would be the size of it, and I thought throughout all these months of using it that no, if I have something bigger, my hair's gonna dry faster, it's gonna dry better, so the size, of course, is still a problem, even though it works well. Then I did the hack and I tried this, and I hated it. The low speed, low heat setting, which I use with the Dyson diffuser, is very weak. It dilutes the heat that's coming out, both the power of the heat and the temperature of the heat on my hair. From what I can feel, I haven't obviously measured it. I don't have the capability of measuring it, but from what I can feel. And it lengthened my drying time. My hair took way longer to dry. I did not see that coming, and I hated the experience. This felt weak. It felt lacking. And the whole time, even though before I used to love the bigness of it and how much hair it could cup. I just felt that it's not close enough to my scalp. I'm not feeling the heat, and I wanted to make these teeth smaller so that I can have it closer to my scalp and feel it with that intensity and depth and evenly distributed goodness that I feel with this Dyson diffuser head. And so therefore that's pretty much the experience with this. The heat is evenly distributed. It's not too hot in a way that's damaging or burning my scalp like I would feel with more conventional blow dryers when I use this diffuser. I wondered why, and it's really funny. As fate would have it, Mains by Mail interviewed one of the, I believe, lead engineers at Dyson, and they analyzed the diffuser head. I will link to that video below. It's definitely worth watching, and it was eye-opening, and it was fascinating if you're like a hair geek and a hair nerd and love delving in more deeply into the things that work for you and understanding why. Of course, Dyson has technology behind the diffuser head. There's, I think, 1 or 2 or several layers of mesh. It has a mesh inside with, I think, laser perforated holes. Basically, they're perfectly done and they're perfectly even and they're perfect in a Dyson perfect way. And of course, the engineers work with the diffuser to get it to make sure that when the heat's coming out, it's exactly where it needs to be, that it works with all fabrics of hair the way it's supposed to and not damage it. And part of the magic of this, first of all, most diffusers don't have anything in them. They're hollow. This one has those layers of mesh, and the mesh, when the heat hits it, heats up, and the heat is evenly distributed throughout the mesh. And so together, all the inside components of this work to give the results that I was feeling so deeply. And then in addition, all these holes here are created for full functionality in how they distribute heat onto the hair, as well as these teeth and how the holes are positioned to distribute heat to the roots of the hair, whereas the holes are getting it along the hair strands themselves. I used to think bigger was better. The teeth are bigger, and so the holes are bigger. There's more heat that's going to come out of this. This is going to be more potent. How is this going to be more potent than this? Wrong. Goodbye. Xtava. No, this is brilliant. And the size, I've gotten used to the size. No longer bothers me. When I was using the Xtava, I was craving this. So that whole hack was a waste of my time. If you're interested in doing it, if for whatever reason the low speed setting and the low heat setting is too strong for you, then maybe that'll work for you. It definitely weakens everything that the Dyson has to give. That's the bottom line. And that wasn't good enough for me. That didn't work for me. The Dyson diffuser head is a clear winner. Dyson wins hands down. I will go on record and say, Dyson, I will never doubt you again. Seriously. And now I want all your attachments, even if I don't need them, even though this is the only one I use, just because I'm addicted and I'm blown away. They just freaking get it right. Bam. Hands down. That's that. Should you do my hack? No. Should you keep your life simple and stick to the diffuser that the Dyson comes with? Yes. And that's it. I have nothing more to say. If you really want to get into the inner workings of the Dyson, watch that interview, do your research. My whole point has been to not give like a scientific breakdown and regurgitate things that I read online, because obviously that's not my background, but just to share my user experience. And I am blown away, and I love this diffuser head. C'est tout. Voila. Have you tried this hack? Have you tried any hack? Have you tried attaching another diffuser head onto your Dyson blow dryer? How did it work for you? Do you agree? Do you disagree? I'm really curious. I don't think, anything anyone says will make me ever want to try anything again, first of all, because those damn hacks take forever. I don't ever want to work with glue again. I'm so over glue. This makes my life easy. I'm grateful. No more complaints from me. And if you like this video, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. It's always appreciated. Seriously, thank you. Stay tuned for more, and that's it for this week. Ciao for now.